This has nothing to do with race. It never had anything to do with race. It had to do with the right to self-defense.
Right.
I'm not a racist person. I support the BLM movement. I support peacefully demonstrating. And I believe there needs to be change. I believe there's a lot of prosecutorial misconduct, not just in my case, but in other cases. And it's just amazing to see how much a prosecutor can take advantage. This has nothing to do with
What I don't understand, and you pointed this out wonderfully in another one of our podcasts, is there's been other situations, there's been other protests that have been happening for one reason or another, and Kyle Rittenhouse was not compelled to attend any of them to provide aid and to make sure everything was honky dory.
Right.
This protest was a BLM protest, and for some reason, this is the one. Gotta
Right.
go. Gotta kill motherfuckers. Because that's what happened.
Well,
But
no,
all
no,
jokes aside,
was not his intentions.
the
Stop.
point is how could so many other protests for one reason or another have happened where there has been violence and you were not motivated to go, but you were motivated to go to this one. And then in the same breath, say, hey, I support BLM. Were you there to protect the people rioting and protesting on behalf of BLM? Well, obviously you weren't because you shot and killed them. So when you say you support BLM, I think that's I feel two ways about this. Obviously, I think it's
Okay.
a fucking lie.
Right.
And the other
Right.
way I feel about this is I'm actually happy he said that. Because there's a lot of people on the very far right. There's a lot of very, very gun nut, crazy ass people in America that absolutely loved what Kyle did. And unfortunately, since it's America, and I hope it never happens, but it's America, there's going to be some other BLM riots, protests of the sorts because America is going to do what it do. And there he may have encouraged people to go there with their AR-15s and start blamming people up. So when he says, no, I support BLM, that might be a bit of a dog whistle to those people saying, hey, I didn't go there because I hate black people or I'm racist or I hate BLM. You heard the words out of my mouth. That's not why I went there. So you crazy ass gun nut people, don't go to these things with your guns because you hate BLM, because that's not why I went there. Now, do I believe that? Fuck no, but I'm just glad he said it. Those are my two feelings on that statement.
Let me speak to Kyle for a second. Hey, Kyle, here's the problem with you saying that you support BLM. Okay, if you really supported BLM, that means that you must understand their thinking and align with the thinking of the movement. That's the only reason you would support them. It just makes sense. If that's the case, then you would have understood that Jacob Blake was not the first. There were many other innocent black people who had been at that point killed by police officers. We don't have to go through the list. We've probably spoken about all of them on here. It's not something I need to do. But if you are a supporter, then you're aware that there were many, many, many before Jacob Blake, and there were no violent protests, but nothing was happening. Absolutely nothing was happening. Cops were still getting off, and not only getting off, but getting off and getting paid suspensions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it got to a point where people who were aligned with the BLM movement and their thinking were fed up and said, if this is not working, the peaceful protests, we need to show them that we're serious about this, that this is no joke. If you come for us like this, we are going to affect you where we know it hurts. Your businesses, your states, you're going to have to pay money for your decisions now. So to sit there and say that you support Black Lives Matter or the movement or whatever you said, and then go to this protest and not understand why there's violence, it does not make any sense.
At all.
So that's why people have a problem with you saying that, Kyle. I'm talking directly to you. Thank you.
Viewing public, can you interpret that? Can you maybe get that message to Mr. Rittenhouse? Or, I'm not going to ask you if you think Kyle is racist. I'm just going to ask you to Let me know if you believe what he says. Do you think he supports BLM? Leave it in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Okay.